Hey there, my name is Sean. Today we're going to work on a cue in Renoise. So this is a A-bar loop. As you know, sometimes we kind of like trap in the loop situation that we made an A-bar loop, but we kind of stuck there. We don't know what to do. We just keep looping it, and this is the stuff that we're gonna work on it today. So what we have here, we have the drum track and a couple of instrumentation that I laid it down, like maybe 4 or 5 other instruments. So let me solo this drum track first. And then we have bass. It's very simple, it's not really that fancy, it's kind of like playing the root note. And then we have piano chord. Actually, this one's not. Let me find a piano track. This is a piano track. And then we got, let me see which one this is. Oh yeah, this is some guitars, some guitar licks, and then what we have here, another one. It's kind of guitar in the background. And what else? Let's see. Some flute, kind of ear candy-ish. And then another one will be, let's see. Oh, I think it's marimba. Kalimba, marimba. Yeah, and this is what we're working with today. So this is a loop sounds like. You know, sometimes then we work till this point and we feel like don't know what to do with it. So today I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I usually would do to move over the hump, move from just an A-bar loop to a full cue composition, whatever you want to call it. So let's get this A-bar loop replicate. Let's repeat them throughout the track. And I don't want the intro to be too long because this I want it to be some kind of underscore cue for sync licensing. Don't know where I can use this for yet, but we're gonna make it into that format. Let's work on a drum here because you don't want the drum to come in too late. Come in maybe after a few measures. So this is the beginning, right? This is everything together, and let's remove something from this layer. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove a couple of measures for the drum section here. I think we're gonna do till, let's hear it. Let's do a mute method to see where we want the drum to come in. Roughly here. maybe here. One second. Roughly here. Yep. Now, yeah, that's gonna be the drum for the entry point. Let's give a different color so we know what it is. These are the drum that is take out a couple of measure from the beginning. Then let's remove everything else other than drum and bass track. Maybe add back this. This sound is actually interesting. I record the source from a from this. So this is like a Tibetan singing bowl, right? So basically, I record this. Then I find a pitch. I find a pitch for the root note. For the root note, I pitch it down to the C3, the lower C. Then I use it as a. Actually, I use it in my bass as well. Well, here the bass is actually from singing bowl, and also this kind of arpeggiated type of sound. I did it from the singing bowl as well. Pitch it down and I put it into some reverb. So without the reverb, actually, what I mean is delay, not reverb. Without a delay, it sounds like this. And then I add a delay to it and not remove, but mute the source of the audio source. So I only keep the sound that actually, as a result of the delay, but remove the sound source that fit into the delay. So you kind of get this interesting pattern. Then so that's what we're looking at here. This is kind of the starting point. Then let's add this piano. Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna keep this as the intro. We might change it later, add something or whatnot. And this guitar, I think I wanted to come in a little bit later. Maybe okay, this flute is definitely not coming out just yet. We're gonna keep the flute a bit later. And the kalimba things later. So I want the first 16 bar. Okay, so I want to have the drum pulled out before the guitar to come out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. Let's see. Actually, want to come the drum remove. Hold on. All right. The drum will stop right here, and I want to bring it back right before this loop, this drum loop. Why it does that? Hold on, reset. Okay, this will be gonna be stuck right here. And then the drum coming back after this measure. Remove it. Okay, let's see. Wait. Missed the mark. Actually, I need this part to be gone. Let's pull that out one more time. You know what, let's do over. I think I pulled it too much. I think right here. I'm not sure. Yeah, right here. Sometimes kind of feeling things. Just feel it. Okay, this is close, but I would like here when the drum come back in that start with a ghost note. So what I do is I'm gonna add a ghost note here, right here, and then we can add a slightly delay for this kick, and let's hear it. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Now mark this as a different color so we can move around later for the composition. Sometimes it can get boring when you do a composition work, like a sequencing all these different blocks. But you know, you get in and you find what works. Somehow you always find your way. Okay, this is two guitar parts. One is in the middle, one start from the downbeat, one start from in the middle of it. Let's see. No, actually not a downbeat. Actually, it started on the second beat. Starting on the 2. Okay, I wanted to be more slow build, so I don't want this guitar to come out from the tool. So I want to remove the pattern here. That the guitar start from in the middle of nowhere, something like this. Just coming in slowly. Okay, that worked for me. I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay, something here. Something need to happen here. Something had to happen here. Some kind of ear candy or whatnot. Let's see what this is about. I think it's flute. Yeah, no. I think I need to keep this for maybe close to the end. We kind of try to follow that ABA structure here. But this one is kind of slow moving. Let's see, let's examine the whole thing. We have four block. Okay, this one is definitely not gonna come out before the last four block. I'm speaking in kind of Renoise terminology, like blocks here, as you can see in the screen capture here. Yeah, I suppose every block here is a bar loop, if I'm not mistaken. Not really counting right now, but hey, shoot, that's what I'm trying to do. What is this for? This track 14. Oh yeah, kalimba. Okay, this work. Slow moving, slow build. This fit the vibe. The flute part, I think it fit the close to the end when it thinks about the red pop. All right. Yeah, so the last four block, I wanted to just keep that loop going. Maybe I come back to add some ear candy or whatnot. Okay. Let's work on the button ending. Make sure we make sure we end on the one for the end of this cue, because you had to do that for sync, and we can do fade out. Sometimes I feel the fade out is the right option, but in this case we can't do fade out because you should have some kind of edit point for the editor that's supposed to use your cue, your music. You building a tool, like you're really building a tool set for whoever want to use this music. It's not just for listening. We're building a tool here, so that's what we're gonna do. Wait, add one block here. All right, we're gonna take a very lazy approach here. This is a bare minimum. At least you can do the bare minimum to finish a track, to end your track, like end on a 1. Don't make your editor work extra. That's the point. So where'd it go? Now replicate that, and now we want this. All right, only the first beat. On the beat is on the 1. The rest need to be gone. Okay. Now we gotta remove this. Which track is this? Track 10. No, wait, here. Track A is my bass. No, the rest need to go. Same as track 9. Track 9 is what I forgot. I should probably mark this better. Oh yeah, the singing bowl things. All right, the rest need to go. Let's hear how this sounds like, because this one have delay, and sometime when you deal with the ending, you kind of have to take care of that tail of the delay. You might need to do some automation to just shut it down for your delay, so you don't end up having that long tail of the delay when your cue is already end on the 1. You don't want that. So let's see where this is at. Does it work this way? Let's mute the rest of the instrument. Okay. Should be alright. Now we gotta take care of the piano stuff. Okay, everything had to go after the first chord. So let's get it removed. Okay, let's see anything that started on the 1. Wait. Oh yeah, this needs to go. Oh wait. Actually, this might work. This might work. No, flute gotta go for sure. Alright, this gotta go. Kalimba gotta go. Alright, let's listening from the previous block and then to the end of the block. I mean, the last measure till the button ending. I think this work. I think this work. I mean, bare minimum. This is sufficient. But of course, if you hear the last block here, you can hear there's sound that need to be fade out. Like you don't want to have that the rest of audio stay for too long. You want to fade out, but we're not gonna do it here. We're gonna do it somewhere else. Just make sure we have enough material to trim. And if, as you can hear here, I do have a track that is purely just for that lo-fi-ish sound crackle that from vinyl. I actually record actual from the actual vinyl cracking. I didn't use any plugin for this part. I can show that track. You can hear it. This is literally actual recording from an old vinyl record that have the tail of it. I loop it, so this is stay underneath of the cue the whole time. It's just my way of adding some color, some sonic element to it to make it not too sterile. Because sometimes you can, sometimes when you, because nowadays all these software and the advance of technology make the sound so sometimes it gets so sterile, and it doesn't feel right when those sound is so sterile, especially doing hip hop or anything that is sample based. Although this track is not, it doesn't have any sample from the vinyl itself, other than the sound effect here that the vinyl crackle. So yeah, this is the way how I added that vibe, especially to the drum. This is actually grouped with the drum. You can hear it. I think, I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but let's just solo this drum track. You can hear the vinyl crackle with the drum. That's how I like to do it. Of course, it depends on a different cue. The process will be different. Sometimes might not add the vinyl crackle in there, but this is how it sounds like. And if I remove a vinyl crackle, wait, if I remove it, it would be like this. The difference is very minor, but you can hear that noise underneath that just bring out that it turns something sterile into something more like raw, if that makes sense. So now let's see if this whole arrangement works. We have around like close to 2:30, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Not too bad. We might need to do some drum work here. Let's listen to it to see where can we do some more work on the drums. Maybe pull some drum sound out and leave out the instrumentation. But if we follow the ABS structure, I think we're gonna pull out some drum in the B section to have the editor have some kind of edit point to maybe build up some vibe. Let's say they don't want a drum, they want to just have the piano and all the kalimba, all that stuff, more like those like atmosphere type of stuff. They can take that section and then work with it. They can loop it if they want to. That's why I feel like Renoise is almost like built for sync. It literally, it works with the block. It just, by default, it's working with the block. I think I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna remove all the drum here for these two blocks. and then reintroduce them back, reintroduce the drum back into it for the last 4 block. What we can do, we're gonna reuse this, and then keep the drum that's close to the end as a reintroduce the drum kind of feel, if that makes sense. What we're gonna do is let's do a quick edit here. Let's find where the drum stop, and then we can remove everything before that. Alright, that will be the thing to do here. Remove this, and how does it sound like here? What can we do here? I feel like this we can create some space for that guitar lick. Before we go into this section that without the drum, let's figure it out something here. Okay, I think I want to pull out a drum here for the guitar lick. Right here. Right here. I think this should work. I think I can take out more, maybe here. The snare here, I think I need to remove it too. Okay, end on the kick. We're gonna end on the kick. I think I removed too much. Let's do over. Right here. Alright, forgot about this part. Let's see if this works. Okay, this worked, but I need a ghost note for this reintroduction of the drum. Let's add a ghost note here. Same, where is it? I lost the position. There you go. Yep, that's what I want. That'll work. Okay, this kalimba thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna move it here. When the drum is about to go out, the kalimba come in, and then silence of the drums, and then we reintroduce the kalimba as we reintroduce the drum. Okay, I want to make sure this part is loopable. Okay, that worked. Hold up. I think we can introduce the flute right here. Right here. Right before we reintroduce the drum. Let's hear it. So now this section is an everything together section. Like you can loop it, you can have whatever you're working on vibe with it. This whole section. Okay, something here. I think something here need to happen here. Something need to happen here. I think we're gonna use this part. Shoot. Here. Oops. Okay. I think it work. I think this work. I mean, not like a sting ending, but for a definition of ending of the track, I think this is enough for this one. So let's examine it. Let's hear the whole cue from the beginning to the end. Let's do over. I think I messed up something. I messed up my vinyl Crackle sound effect track. why I feel like weird when it reintroduced, and all of a sudden I have this noise come out all of a sudden, and I realize I removed it by accident. So that's do over listening to this cue from the beginning to the end. I think we can wrap this up. Yeah, I mean, there's always you can always work on this. You can work on any beat forever, like never ending. But yeah, it checked the boxes. We have intro that's less than 10 seconds. We introduce the drum after two count. Is it two count? Or whatever. We're gonna yeah. 1, 3, 4, 2. Yeah, after one measure that we introduce the drum. We have an intro that less than 10 seconds. That's good. We have a section that is loopable, that is without a drum, loopable, and then we have the loopable area with everything together, and we mess with the drum to create that movement. Because yeah, sometimes if you don't know what to do with your composition, that something had to happen, but you don't know what to do. Do your drum, pull out some drums, pull out everything, reintroduce them back, pull out the kick, put out the snare, um, maybe remove the whole hi hat for entire section, whichever you can explore, experiment to see what fit the vibe of the cue that you're working on. But yeah, that is kind of my go-to if I don't know what to do with the area that something need to happen. Yeah, I'll do the drum. That's like bare minimum. And yeah, so this is the work session today. I hope this provides some insight that is benefit from what you're working on. I'm working in Renoise. You might not working in the tracker kind of environment, but the basic concept is pretty much the same across different DAW. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up for today, and hopefully we can make another one soon. I'll see you next time.